do you call a cow moving? Well, please.
Ah!
You
Oh
were-
my gosh, I already know
See, that's like one of the first jokes you learned. All right. I use.
No, I have a better maniac. No, I have a better maniac. You are a juicy meat.
I don't think so. Oh, okay. I know Zelda.
No, wait, you're a juicy meat, okay?
Yeah, but that's what you, Charlie. Enough fooling around, right? Whoa, we're already at 28? Oh,
Yeah. Let me know when you guys are ready. All right. I'll just do this while waiting for you to be ready.
I'm ready.
You are? Okay.
Babble. Babble, babble.
Jesus, you're Holy One from Amazing. As we take this moment to make life not about us, but in that we find ourselves. We become more truly human when we focus on you. Because you were the first human who lived your will. If there was a how to be human workbook, you're it. And so as we read this ancient text, the writing of the elders, the people before you came here on earth, but had hope for you, the messianic, the seed, may you just reveal to us what that means for them and how that means for us. Amen. You gonna play Roblox?
Yes,
Okay. Yep. Isaiah chapter 28, verses 1 through 29. God's strange work. This is the word of Yahweh. Hey, the majestic crown of Ephraim's trunk, whose glorious beauty is a fading flower, which is on the head of a fertile valley. People struck down by wine. There my Lord has someone strong and powerful, like a hailstorm, a destructive hurricane, like a storm of water, forceful, rushing. He has brought it down to the earth with power. The majestic crown of Ephraim's trunks will be trampled underfoot. The fading flower, the glorious beauty, which is on the head of a fertile valley, will be like a fig before harvest, which someone sees and the one who sees it. While it's still in his palm, he eats it. On that day, Yahweh armies will become a beautiful crown and a glorious diadem for the remains of his people, an authoritative spirit for the one who presides over the exercise of authority, and the strength of the people who turn back the battle at the gate. But these also wander because of wine, stagger because of liquor. Priest and prophet wander because of liquor. They're confused because of wine. They stagger because of liquor. They wander about in seeing. They go astray in giving judgment, because all the tables are full of vomit, filth. There is no place To whom does he teach knowledge? To whom does he explain a message? People weaned from milk, moving on from the breast? Because command upon command, command upon command, rule upon rule, rule upon rule, a little here, a little there. Because with mockings of lips and with an alien tongue, does he speak to this people? One who said to them, this is the resting place, rest for the weary person, yet this is the place of repose. They were not willing to listen, and to them Yahweh's word will be command upon command, command upon command, rule upon rule, rule upon rule, a little here, a little there, so that they may go but fall back and be broken, ensnared, and captured. Therefore listen to Yahweh's word, you scorners, who rule this people which is in Jerusalem, because you have said, we have sealed a covenant with death. With Sheol we have made a pact. The sweeping flood, when it passes, won't come to us, because we have made a lie a refuge. We have hidden in falsehood. Therefore, my Lord Yahweh has said this. Here am I, founding in Zion a stone, a testing stone, a valuable cornerstone, a well-founded foundation. The one who stands firm in faith will not be hasty. I will make authority the measuring line, faithfulness the weights. Hail will sweep away the lying refuge. Water will flood the hiding place. Your covenant with death will be covered over. Your pact with Sheol won't stand. The sweeping flood, when it passes, you will be for trampling it. The times when it passes, it will get you. The time when it passes, it will get you. Because it will pass morning by morning, by day and by day. It will be simply a horror, understanding the message. Because the bed will be too short for stretching out. The blanket too narrow for gathering around oneself. Because Yahweh will arise as a Mount Perizim. He will be a star. Esther. A same excited movement. Awake and out of bed. Esther. Oh, okay. Because Yahweh will rise as in Mount Perizim. He will be astir as in the vale of Gibeon. To do his work, strange is his work. To perform his service, foreign is his service. So now don't be scornful, or your chains will strengthen. Because I have heard of a finish, a thing determined by the Lord Yahweh armies against the entire country. Give ear, listen to my voice. Attend, listen to what I say. Is it every day that the plowman plows to sow, breaks up and harrows his ground? When he has leveled its surface, does he not scatter caraway and sprinkle cumin? Set wheat, millet, barley in its place, and spelt in its border? He disciplines it with judgment. His God teaches him, because caraway isn't threshed with a sled, and the wheel of a cart isn't rolled over cumin. Because caraway is beaten with a rod, and cumin with a club. Cereal is crushed. Yet the thresher doesn't thresh forever. The wheel of his cart may rumble, but he doesn't crush it with his horses. This too comes from Yahweh armies. He formulates extraordinary plans. He shows great skill. Like always, Yahweh, reading these ancient texts, it's a lot to fathom. It's so distant, it's hard to understand. So please illuminate what it means. Reveal in the scholarly thoughts deeper your insight and wisdom, Jesus. Amen. The other Sunday, we were singing the hymn, Great is Thy Faithfulness, and I was reflecting warily that it's a shame nobody realizes where its basic ideas come from, as is the case with the related chorus. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. They come from Lamentations, which follows the book of Jeremiah, and the context adds depth to that declaration of faith. Because Lamentation is a series of poems expressing people's feelings and prayers after Jerusalem was destroyed. As Isaiah warns that it will be if people are not careful, it's quite something that the declaration comes in that context. But the same prayer poem also declares the related conviction that God doesn't act in a destructive way willingly. It doesn't come from God's heart. Isaiah makes the same point when he describes the coming destruction of the city as something that is God's strange work. It's foreign to Yahweh to act in this way. Sometimes people can get the impression that Yahweh is basically a God of wrath who likes acting in judgment, or at least that love and wrath are equally balanced within Yahweh. Like other parts of the Old Testament, Isaiah knows that on the contrary, Yahweh's basic inclination is to be gracious and merciful. So you hear that? Yahweh's basic inclination is to be gracious and merciful. What do you think that means, being gracious and merciful? It's a good guess. So let's think gracious. So think, well, I don't have to think of gracious. I know what gracious means. So gracious is a gift even before anything. It's like undeserved. You've done nothing. So like birthday gifts. Birthday gifts are gracious. You've done nothing. They're just given to you. Yeah, so y'all. So when we say Yahweh's basic inclination is to be gracious, yeah, he just helps. He provides rain. He provides his son, Jesus. Like there is nothing we have done to earn any
All they did is poof, and it was a pure idol.
And he is always coming and lavishing gifts on us who cling to him. And merciful is when you do something bad, it's just being merciful. Like you deserve wrath. But clinging to Jesus, from the cross, yeah. And so then we look for, so we look for the resurrected body. And that's gracious and merciful. Gracious is the goodness that happens even before, like we don't deserve it. And then merciful is just giving mercy when, it's just that huge forgiveness piece. Yahweh is capable of making himself act in judgment, but it's his strange work. It's a bit alien to him. Maybe it links with that fact that Isaiah strangely describes Yahweh's action as a piece of service, like the work of a servant, who is the master of Yahweh is the servant. I guess Yahweh is serving himself and serving what is right, but it's not the kind of action a person would freely choose. But Judah needs to recognize that Yahweh is prepared to make himself do it. After the widening of the horizon in chapter 24 to 27, to consider the destiny of the world as a whole, chapters 20 to 33 focus down on Judah again. Their drift thus returns to that of chapters 1 through 12. But some of their allusions show that the situation has moved on, and the setting is now the reign of Ahaz's son Hezekiah. Yeah, initially this focus isn't explicit because he begins by talking about the Ephraimites and about the judgment coming on them at the hand of Syria. With them too busy drinking to think about it, he speaks in disrespectful and flippant fashion. And one can imagine some of the Judahites sniggering and other... That's a unique word. I could definitely from context get it, but I want to look it up. Sniggering.
Sniggering. Sniggering. Sniggering.
Such a funny sounding word. Sniggering. 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 Half laughs and half in a half suppressed typical scornful way. Should we put that on the list, Char? No, you don't want a vocab list? All right, that's not my job, so we don't have to do it if you don't want to. And one can imagine some of the Judahites sniggering, and others appalled at what is going to happen. For the latter, the closing words of the first paragraph offer the consoling reassurance that even for Ephraim, devastation won't be the last one. The remnant of Ephraim that survives will come to recognize where their real splendor lies and will have the leadership and strength that they currently lack. But the talk about Ephraim is mostly led into a declaration of Judah. But you lots are no better. As usual, there were other prophets than Isaiah as well as priests who were giving Judah a very different message and were dismissive of the naive simplicity of Isaiah's message just to do what Yahweh said and trust him to make everything work out. Naive? Yeah.
Naive.
That's... Yeah. Didn't I say naive? What did I say differently? Did I say
Naive.
Oh. All right. As usual, there... My Augustine. Hey, boy.
Waka waka. August. No, wait.
But you lot are no better. As usual, there were other prophets than Isaiah as well as priests who were giving Judah a very different message and were dismissive of the naive simplicity of Isaiah's message, just to do what Yahweh said and trust him to make everything work out. In the third paragraph, he points out the implication of their attitude. He, of course, doesn't mean they think they have made an agreement with death whereby death is going to let them off, as we might think with our means for prolonging life. It's said that Californians like to feel that death is voluntary. They think they have made some politically wise plans that will protect them from being overwhelmed by the Assyrians. But they're deceiving themselves. That simple message that they dismiss, the message about staying firm in faith, which is unchanged since he gave it to Hezekiah's father, is the key to security. Alongside that is the expectation that authority will be exercised with faithfulness in the city. Trusting Yahweh and the faithful exercise of authority are the key to survival and flourishing. The Judahite leadership is interested in neither, but it will find that actually its attitude will lead to Judah being overwhelmed. Its policy will offer its scant protection, like a bed that is too short or a blanket that is too skimpy. Yahweh will act as he did in David's day. But the strange thing will be that he will now be acting against Jerusalem, not for it. So the people had better listen to his simple advice if they want to avoid his warnings coming true. But the book of Isaiah doesn't like to end a chapter on a totally bleak note. And the parable about the farmer offers a modest hint that a determination to finish Judah off cannot be the end of the story. A farmer knows that there's a time for sowing and a time for planting, that threshing doesn't go on forever, that crushing is subject to limitations. He knows because God teaches him. So God is wise enough to apply the same principle to the way he goes about farming and making plans for the achievement of his purpose in the world by means of his people. All right, so we talked about what grace is and mercy is. So I think we just hop right into media, okay?
I still say we should have built a firing range first.
Oh, thank you. Woohoo!
It's always in my backpack, and I'm like, oh. I realized when I get
Well, thank you for bringing it.
Oh my goodness. You watched the new trailer?
I haven't yet.
They released one today.
Time to take it to the next level.
It's cool.
Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna.
Definitely like up to standard.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. After I. Oh no, it broke. It broke.
I think
Good
we've
thing I
got
saved
something
that before
for
this.
everyone.
Have you seen the Ganon?
The Ganon in the new game?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I think they just released him in the new trailer. He's like all buff.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
That's the trailer.
Wait, is this the new Zelda game?
Yeah. Look at that.
It looks way better in the trailer.
Yeah,
Are
but
you able to
I'm
watch
not.
it on stream?
I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna try it.
Are you allowed?
I don't know. Like I know live streamers all the time like play the trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know what rules there are for that. All right, I'm gonna try it.
What do you mean try it? Well, why don't you search it up?
This is it, right?
Yeah.
What, is this the new Nintendo Switch?
The new Nintendo Switch?
Is this the new game for the Nintendo Switch?
Yep. The new Zelda game.
Is it the one continued from Zelda Breath of the Wild? Is it that continued?
Yeah.
Oh, I have bought
Tears of the Kingdom.
25 things Twitch streamers aren't allowed to do. Give away personal information, dress in a certain way, respond to harassment in a negative way, angling for bigger tips, play certain games, promote other accounts, play music or other potentially, share other site contact on their stream. Oh, another competing sites. Okay.
Mm.
Beta demos for the general public.
Oh.
Public calling out lurkers.
Wait, what does that mean?
So this is not written law by Twitch, but is highly respected unspoken guideline put in place by both viewer streamers. Viewers trust their favorite streamers not to not call them out if they're lurking. In other words, warning for those who enter stream simply to watch and not interact.
Oh, I see. They're just
Great.
watching.
Greeter bots are discouraged. Taking up excessive time doing things other than gaming.
Huh.
Having donation goals is frowned upon. Spamming out the chance to promote yourself. Spam words are off limits. Arguing and debates are a no-go. Spoiler will ruin your channel. Avoid eating on camera.
That picture though.
That's a good one. Making the view count known. Discussing personal pay from views. Having potentially offensive background. Putting down gamers or games. Requesting gifts.
I mean, Twitch streamers do that all the time.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Oh, you suck.
So, I'm not going to chance it.
I hate Fortnite. I hate it so much even though I'm playing it.
I'll do this. Ooh. Ooh.
It's a lot of scenery.
Ooh. Pretty.
Once you get like halfway through it, it looks way cool.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh.
that's sick.
Horse butt.
He's
Ooh.
like whipping around the sword. Yep.
Psh.
Oh yeah, there's some cool like obstacles and stuff.
Ooh.
Oh.
Alligator. Cool.
Here's the
I'm gonna
beginning,
have to buy that game now.
Meh. I already saw his crazy face.
But that was the low quality picture. It was like wonky.
Wow, wow. All right, let's do this again. Boo. Who's a good Augustine? Yeah, you are. I like it when you're just a lap dog when I'm on the comps. Yeah. You should do this every day. Just be on my lap. Yeah. Ah, please don't shake.
Get out of it! Boom!
One more time. Yum, yum.
Boom, 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 boom.
You don't want to play Risk of Rain? I got, That's weird that you can... Like, if you just play with friends, you don't need to buy the DLC.
Oh yeah,
Which is funky. Even though you don't get the survivors.
that's like
but-
that's like classic. That's like classic rules.
Although you don't get the survivors.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Roar Returns. Someone's bumping.
Yeah. 2 turns. I'll get another hex mark.
What are we building today?
Fine. Create my own.
The forge is a powerful tool.
I'm here if you need me.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Oh. Are you in the same channel? No.
No pain.
No. For save. I will not make them sick again.
Stop it.
The saves are taking longer.
I have not unlocked 14. 11.
There we go. Options. Mr. Knots.
Look at this one. Try that.
We will not feast on your bones. Out. Let's do this.
That's when it bugs out. So then I have to
See you
go back
around.
in.
Time to take it to the next level.
The chaos
Figure it
magic's
out.
power grows.
Okay, that's when it bugs out.
All right then. Back again.
Here we go. Okay.
We've got plenty.
Gotta watch out when it bugs out.
Time's wasting,
Maybe
Hunter.
being a hang on the.
Mama, still.
New and improved.
Yes, I'm 7 touch 1 minute.
Hydra won't want to tussle with me now.
Maybe you should just hit me up on Superlink when you're ready.
I hate this. I hate this. Jump scares.
Just give me a target.
Ooh, a legendary intel cache. That's fun. More resources. Who's a good boy? You are obviously.
We've located a Hydra agent with an unusually high gamma signature, probably from working in close proximity to their recent experiments.
You're still set on me.
If we can capture that agent, we might gain some insight into Hydra's plans.
That does not sound like much of a challenge. You were too weak for this fight.
Let's go from your last save.
Wait.
You left me no choice.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago. will erase the very memory of them.
Now's your chance. Take them into custody before they can regain their bearings.
This shall be of great help.
Master here.
I am impressed.
Easy.
Your mother abandoned.
Bell.
Excellent work. But I doubt Hydra will let you walk off with their agents so easily. Stay alert.
I noticed.
We need to take care of the rest of these thugs. Don't hold back.
Oh, that's good again.
Don't mess with a witch.
What?
I feel stronger already.
I don't want to.
Welcome assistance.
I'm good. I don't like this. What the fuck?
Let's try this.
Now that was something.
Reactor is on. I barely felt that one.
One of ours is down. I am still the prize.
How? How could I not think of that? Stop.
I will make this quick.
Sometimes the legends are true.
No. I don't like this at all.
You're not going
Why
to.
did
Leave some for the rest of us.
Oops.
Everything.
Huh?
Let us see if they have an answer for this. Your fate is sealed. Hail! The advantage is mine. That was your one chance. Together with me.
Get out of here.
Looks like you've got the agent in custody. Better clear out before Hydra sends a search party.
Get me out.
I gotta use the restroom. Be back.
Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Oh. 2 levels.
Alright, in 20 minutes, Broheim, we'll have to go through reading stuff, okay? I'll just double check really fast. Alright, that's that.
How invigorating.
Cool. Alright, let's talk to Miss Marvel.
Good to... I think I got under Magic's skin. This morning, she tossed all the cherry yogurt off the cliff.
Why?
She heard I like cherry yogurt.
I meant, why would she do that?
I told her twice to keep a log of every time she opens a portal. She hasn't. I may have been brisk with her the third time.
Get Magic's input. Tell her the problem and ask her to help you solve it.
Yeah, thought it might be that. Asking for help doesn't come easy. I'm usually the one giving the orders. But that's not how the Midnight Suns work. You're all peers, and you first among them. I'll try it your way. Enough about that. Don't worry about the two of us beefing over yogurt. My favorite is actually the key lime.
Who prefers cherry?
Tony. He spent the morning investigating. I heard him ask Strange if ghosts eat yogurt. You can't let him know it was magic. I need to see how his hunt for the yogurt ghost plays out. I kind of figured this operation would take a while. There's a lot of moving parts to keep track of.
I'm gonna pretend that was an accident. Hunter.
What's shaking?
If an experiment is dangerous, I get more interested.
That's funny. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
A successful collaboration.
Give me a sec. Okay, what's up? This is some of my best work. I'm pretty sure Charlie left a steaming coil in the hallway. Third state of matter, indeed. How long did you say you were exposed to this thing? It's probably fine. feel like I could automate this process and take myself out of the loop here.
I like that spell.
I'm happy to help, Hunter.
Just in case if it goofs up. Let's save. Need money.
Think Doc ready for more? Time to practice makes perfect.
The Chaos Magic's power grows.
Time's wasting, Hunter. Do your thing.
Did you just say burritos? Alright, 4 minutes, my friends. We're out of time.
so messy.
If we had some rookies, I'd say send them out for the experience. But I think we're past that.
Happy to help.
Bye.
All right then.
Let's mow it away.
Caretaker could have at least left me a chair.
Evil doesn't take time off. Neither should we.
Let's do this.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Ready to work? You ever wonder if those birds out there are stuck here, trapped in the Abbey's bubble? It's creepy if you think about it.
mission. Find all the floaty floaties. Okay, where are they? Is there any way? Alright, Brohim, after you're done with that video, we're at time. Okay. We're at reading time, yeah.
Always on the hunt, right?
Save. It gotcha. It gotcha.
Charlie, if you had friendly fire on, I could destroy my own missiles.
Alright, I need you to hyperhydrate and think of food. You already ate your dogs, right? So actually, you already ate your dogs, so you're good on that front. So I'll need you to hyperhydrate, okay? Let me know when you let me know when you let me start reading. Okay.
Gosh, not this one.
You didn't bring a fruit?
No.
I mean, if you didn't bring a fruit, then that kind of mulligans the fruit before, and that was just was that overlooked by just probably making the lunch today kind of thing. Okay, well I have fruit here if you like to eat one, but if you didn't bring one, then that's the making the lunchbox fault. So if I look in there, I won't see any fruit. Okay, so go ahead. Oh yeah, the GoPro died.
Whoa. Oh. Never mind.
What?
Nothing.
All right, let me start.
I won't.
Okay. Jesus Christ, I thank you so much for being the King that created us. You were there at the beginning of creation. Just imagine, oh, what joy that would have been. Thank you that even when we don't choose you and choose your way of life, you're there with grace and mercy. Bless us with illuminating our eyes as we read this text, what it meant to our ancient elders, the ancient people, and in turn how that can help us with wisdom and loving you and loving other people. Amen. Isaiah chapter 29, verses 1 through 24. Worship that issues from human instinct. Hey, God's hearth. God's hearth. You know what a hearth is, Brohim? So it's like a not Hearthstone. It's like a fire hearth. So it's like a kind of like one of these. Oh. This is why I know what a hearth is. I wonder what a biblical hearth is. The portion of a fireplace or altar where the burning coals rest. in particular the portion of the altar upon which the burnt offering would be consumed. Oh wow. So yeah, that's a lesson for me. All right. Hey, God's hearth, town where David camped. At year to year, the festivals may come around, but I will oppress God's hearth, and there will be sorrow and sighing. It will be to me God's real hearth. I will camp against you with a real encircling. I will lay siege against you with a rampart. Guessing you want music? Yeah, go ahead. Thanks for asking. It's very, very, very respectful of you. Thank you. All right. Start over. You ready? Hey, God's hearth, town where David camped. At year to year, the festivals may come around, but I will oppress God's hearth, and there will be sorrow and sighing. It will be to me God's real hearth. I will camp against you with a real encircling. I will lay siege against you with a rampart, set up siege works against you. When you're lower than the ground, you will speak. Your words will be lower than the dirt. Your voice will be like a ghost from the earth. Your words will chirp from the dirt. Your words will chirp from the dirt. But like fine dust will be the multitude of your adversaries. Like passing chaff, the multitude of the violent. In an instant, suddenly, by Yahweh armies, you will be attended, with thunder shaking in a loud voice, storm and hurricane, a flame of consuming fire. It will be like a dream, a vision of the night. The multitude of all the nations, which are making war against God's hearth, and all its besiegers, and its stronghold, and its oppressors. Like someone hungry who dreams, and there he is eating, but he wakes up and his mouth is empty. Or like someone thirsty who dreams, and there he is drinking, but he wakes up and there he is faint and his throat is craving. So will the multitude of nations be that are making war against Mount Zion. Wait about and be stupefied. Blind yourselves and be blind. They are drunk, but not from wine. They totter, but not from liquor, because Yahweh has poured over you a spirit of coma. He has closed your eyes, the prophets, and covered your heads, the seers. The vision of everything has become for you like the words of a sealed scroll, which they give to someone who knows how to read, saying, "Read this out, will you?" But he says, "I can't, because it's sealed." So the scroll is given to someone who doesn't know how to read, saying, "Read this out, will you?" But he says, "I don't know how to read." My Lord has said, because his people has drawn near with its mouth, and with its lips has honored me, but has kept it mind far from me, and their awe for me has been a learned human command. Therefore here I am, once more doing something extraordinary with this people, acting in an extraordinary way, something extraordinary. The wisdom of its wise will perish. Huh? Yes. Nice. Oh, an axe, I see. Wait about and be stupefied. Blind yourselves and be blind. They are drunk but not from wine. They totter but not from liquor. Because Yahweh has poured over you a spirit of coma. He has closed your eyes, the prophets, and covered your heads, the seers. The vision of everything has become for you like the words of a sealed scroll, which they give to someone who knows how to read, saying, "Read this out, will you?" But he says, "I can't, because it's sealed." So the scroll is given to someone who doesn't know how to read, saying, "Read this out, will you?" But he says, "I don't know how to read." My Lord has said, because his people has drawn near with his mouth, and with its lip has honored me, but has kept its mind far from me, and their awe for me has been a learned human command. Therefore here I am, once more doing something extraordinary with his people, acting in an extraordinary way, something extraordinary. The wisdom of its wise will perish, the understanding of its people of understanding will disappear. Hey, You who go deeper than Yahweh to hide a plan, whose act is in the dark and who sees us, who knows about us. Your overturning of things, should the potter be reckoned as like the clay? Or should the thing made of its maker, he didn't make me? Or should the pot say of its potter, he didn't understand? And yet a little while, won't Lebanon turn into farmland, and the farmland be reckoned as forest? On that day, deaf people will listen to the words of a scroll, and out of murk and darkness, the eyes of blind people will see. The lowly will regain joy in Yahweh, and the neediest of people will rejoice in Israel's Holy One, because the violent will not exist. The arrogant person will be finished, and all the people who are keen about wickedness will be cut off. The people who turn someone into an offender by means of the statement they make, who trap the judge at the gate, and who turn aside the faithful person by means of empty words. Therefore Yahweh has said this to Jacob's household, the one who redeemed Abraham. Jacob won't now be ashamed. His face won't now be pale, because when he, his descendants, see the work of my hands in his midst, he will sanctify my name. People will sanctify Jacob's Holy One, and stand in awe of Israel's God. People who wander in spirit will acknowledge understanding. The people who complain will accept learning. Jesus, I look forward to the day when there will be no more violence, when the needy will be uplifted. May that hurry. May the violence cease and the needy uplifted. As we read the scholarly's thoughts, reveal to us on how we can love you deeply and love our neighbors deeply and be part of your movement, your kingdom of heaven embarking on earth. Hell is just pregnant, and we yearn for that. Amen. The most disappointing and frustrating church service I have attended in California took place on one Mother's Day, when I played hooky from one church because I wanted to avoid a service preoccupied by the topic of mothers, and went to another church where it was even more preoccupied by mothers. It seemed to have nothing much to do with worship of God and listening to God. It just reflected our culture. I had the same thought this morning as I took part in worship in Seminary Chapel. In its own way, it also reflected our culture and the life and practice of the church in our time. Then I thought again about the regular worship of my own Episcopal congregation, dominated by set prayers, and I love it that way, which thus contrasts with anything clearly present in Scripture. It's tradition. The third paragraph in this section suggests that Isaiah sees something similar to Judah. His people have drawn near to Yahweh with their mouth, have honored Yahweh with their lips, but have kept their mind far away from Yahweh. Do you get that expression? Honor with lips, but yet minds are far away from Yahweh. It's like, it's like when you're told to say sorry, but you don't really feel it, but yet you just say it. That's lip service. You're just saying it to appease the person. You don't really believe it. And that's like worshiping Yahweh, so it's like, dude, Yahweh is the glorious creator of the cosmos. Now, what if I just said that with my lips? Because I was told, you're like, Corey, just say it. I'm like, all right, Lord is just a glorious creator of the cosmos. Like, do you think I really believe it if I say it like that? Like, so saying with your lips and believing with your mind means you truly believe that in your inner being and you are just pondering that. What does that mean as Yahweh, as the glorious creator of the universe? Okay. The third paragraph in this section suggests that Isaiah sees something similar in Judah. His people have drawn near to Yahweh with their mouth, have honored Yahweh with their lips, but have kept their mind far away from Yahweh. Their awe for God Their worship of God, some translations say quite appropriately, is something they have learned from human teaching, human tradition, human culture. But it looks as if the problem Isaiah sees isn't merely that their worship followed humanly devised forms, it's that their minds are miles away from Yahweh. Many translations speak of their heart being far away from Yahweh, but to us that suggests a problem about their feelings. When the Bible speaks of the heart, it's usually speaking about what we would call the mind, about our thinking, our attitudes, our way of making decisions. To refer to emotions, the Bible more often uses words referring to the guts or the soul. From his first chapter, Isaiah has been concerned about the way Isaiah could be enthusiastic in its worship. But there is a disconjunction between this enthusiasm and the life it lives outside the temple. When Britain was engaged in the slave trade, the slavers were in church on Sunday. During the big financial scandals in the United States early in the present century, the swindlers were in church on Sunday. The slaves and swindlers in church were clever people, and the people in the temple for the great festivals were clever too. Yet in another sense, they're totally stupid. Or as Isaiah puts it in the second paragraph, they're like people who are blind or drunk. They have no clue what is happening. Tell them where their policies will lead, and they have no idea what you're talking about. They think they can hide their plans. Once more, Isaiah speaks not in terms of what they will admit, but of the implications of their attitude. They behave as if they're the potter instead of the clay that the potter shapes. Their incomprehension is actually God's will. It's an aspect of God's judgment on them. They decline to understand, so God makes it impossible for them to understand. Of course, telling them so reflects the assumption that it might still be possible to shake them to their senses. It's never over until it's over. The problem God has in relaying to them is that they're a compelling case for casting them off because of their wrongdoing, but also a compelling case for staying with them because of the commitment he has already made. God has various ways of squaring this circle. The one Isaiah speaks of in the first paragraph involves making use of the instinct of Israel's enemies to attack Jerusalem and letting them very nearly take it, then turning around at the last minute and crushing the attackers instead. In addressing Jerusalem, God gives it a new name, altar hearth. In ordinary usage, the term refers to the hearth around the temple altar where animals were burnt or burned in sacrifice. Jerusalem as a whole had a position of this kind around the temple. Isaiah's point is that fire is now going to consume the altar and the hearth itself. It's a metaphor for destruction by enemies. But miraculously, the destruction will be called off at the last minute. Judah will be delivered and its attackers unbelievably disappointed. Isaiah 36:37 relates how this came about. Like other sections in this part of Isaiah, the chapter cannot end before giving people something more encouraging to think about. The cedar forest of Lebanon will become farmland. The farmland of Carmel will become forest. In the context, the term suggests a forest of fruit trees. The leaders who are morally deaf and blind at the moment will see and hear, and ordinary people will have reasons to rejoice in Yahweh. Because the factors that cause oppression for them will be resolved, the community's relationship to God will be sorted out, which means not so much feelings or preoccupation as living the right way. All right, friend, we can start. All right, I'm going to go get some water. I'll be right back. All right, did you super hydrate? Thank you. I see. Thank you.